are. We're joined with Toad, Jose, Cole, ya boy, Clint from Liberty Lockdown, and we have a very special guest. Today, we are joined by the founder of Black Guns Matter, an organization dedicated to educating the Black community on gun ownership. The man who made Nick Sarwark piss his pants, the legend, Maj Toure. What's up, brother?
Mm-hmm. What's up, man? How y'all feeling?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Sorry for the over-the-top intro. That's what I'm known for, so I gotta hit you with it.
No, I like wrestling. It's a wrestling intro.
Yeah, that is what it is for sure. Anyways, I know the fellas here are very anxious to ask you a bunch of questions. So Toad, go ahead and hit it off.
Yeah.
Well, first, because I have a reputation to uphold as the alcoholic of the bunch. Basically, I was supremely hungover on Sunday morning and totally incapacitated. So I missed that tower that we actually did on Roland Martin, and I had no idea what was going on. Like, he, I guess, started something with you, and I don't know what it was, but if you could explain that a little bit.
We're so ride or die. We have your back no matter what.
Oh yeah. Oh, exactly. I jumped in.
Roland Martin is a commentator, and he leans very left. I've done his show before. I've been on it, I think maybe once or twice, but I remember the last time that I was on there. You know, he has a very condescending energy, and his energy was like, well, why do you think arming Black people would be a solution? And it's like, well, to protect themselves from criminals, to protect themselves from, their property rights, their property itself, their bodies, all of these different things. And I remember being on there, and there was two of the sisters on the actual panel. And I was like, nah, man, because we were talking about, involving maybe around like a George Floyd thing. I would want somebody that's armed, or at least somebody to train to at least stop somebody from being murdered by the state. And he, in essence, was basically kind of like saying, like, no, you don't intervene. And it's like, what are you talking? And I said, to the two sisters, if they were being accosted like Sandra Bland was, and if I saw that, I would absolutely intervene. And I'm sorry, like that. There's nothing. That's what we're supposed to do. You do what's right. I mean, it doesn't mean you got to, you could pluck somebody when they're doing a chokehold, and you might catch a charge, but it's like, whatever, you save somebody's life. So anyway, he in essence tried to like defend, like a lot of people do, defend the state in that situation. Like the monopoly of violence is solely up to them. And since then, he's, attacked another young brother named King Randall, who is 21 years old and has bought a school for, at-risk youth, and like literally bought a school for young men to actually work hard and learn and all of these different things, changing oil, just life skills. So he kind of like attacks this young man. And so he's just really the ops. And so to me, it's like, to say something about me because I'm standing up for what's right. And you're saying, yeah, I'm super pro-Black, I'm super for the community, but I can't really identify what none of your work in the community is. And I don't care if you're white. If you're white and you live in a Black community, you saying you're a community activist, that's your community. What have you done in that community? And so it kind of went that way with it. And it's like, he said something kind of off, a little off the cuff. And it's like, and how it started this go around was me saying, after he made that little tweet, I said, yo, hey, Roland, I'll fuck you up, man. Like, I'll smack a section out your chunky neck. Stop playing. And so it was kind of funny. And then he kept going with it. But it's like, I just don't have any tolerance for people that, they say things on the internet, but we know it's you. You said it. Like, it's you. So when I see you in real life, as I did with Nick Sarwark, I'm gonna approach you about that, and I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna address it. And it's like entertaining, like, oh, and then everybody does what they're supposed to do in real life, which is smart. And so that's all that was about. But he's really not. We just got to stop giving, respecting people that aren't doing anything to empower the communities. Like just saying, being on TV and saying, well, my show has had everybody on. So what? So what? Don't don't say community activist. Don't say call yourself an advocate. Don't say you're for a community if we can't point to any of your works. And I think, the Roland Martin situation is indicative of a lot of people. there's a lot of people that we in the freedom and liberty community, and whether that's Black, Hispanic, Asian, white, doesn't matter. We are giving a lot of room to people that I can't see where your actual work is. And those people become emboldened. The internet gives cowards a voice. You know what I'm saying? And things that they wouldn't be able to generally say to you in real life. So I think we got to start checking people in that regard. And Roland Martin is just one of the people that, you know, I'll see him at some point, probably at the Essence Fest or some, you know, little cute place, you know, and I'll approach him and the energy will be completely different. So we just got to start making cowards afraid again. Huh?
Well, I want to say that we kind of did that with our tower to help you out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of why we Tower Gang started, was just to
every single one of them. Like,
and you did it right. Most people do it wrong and do it the wrong way. You did it exactly right.
Exactly. Yeah.
For those that don't know, it was we called him a bitch ass, didn't it?
Special kind of bitch.
Special kind of bitch.
Special kind of bitch.
I love how happy that makes Maj, because it makes me equally happy.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you should be happy to have heard that Nick Sarwark lost to none of the above recently at an election. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude. So there was supposed to be, I think it was like an accountancy position or treasurer.
It was treasurer.
Position.
It was treasurer.
Yeah,
Treasurer of the LP of New Hampshire, I believe.
Yeah. So he ran unopposed. So it was him versus none of the above, and he got smacked by none of the above.
The man literally lost to nobody.
With Nick, I had a somewhat of a rapport with Nick. And I asked him when I told that one donor to eat a dick about a year or two ago. I was like, "Yo, what's up with this dude?" And I've communicated with him, but then he just switched. I saw the play when I lost my city council run. I knew exactly what they were going to do. Him at the time, Daniel Hayes. I knew exactly what they were going to do. I knew, and I told him, I was like, "Listen, I can't. I'm going to be very honest about like." I knew in my local race, I knew I campaigned better than everybody, but the day of the actual election, too many people were calling me like, "Yo, they're telling me I gotta like push like vote Democrat all the way down, like at the actual polling stations." So I knew, I'm like, nah, the fix is on. And the woman that wound up winning one of those seats, she wound up getting funding of like an additional like $250,000, like 4 or 5 days before the act, and that was just going to be at the polls. So I'm like, man, we're going to have a rough time. And then when all of the people were calling me that day saying that, yo, I can't find you on the ballot, I can't find this, I learned a lot, but I knew it was not going to be reflective upon the amount of people that how we campaigned. I knew it wasn't, but you know, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Mm-hmm. So saying that to say, I knew that Nick and those guys were going to disinvite me. I knew it. And my thought was, yo, bro, if you do that, you're doing it because a donor that hasn't really given a lot of money is pressuring you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we just lose Maj.
Did we just lose Maj?
We did. we're losing everybody.
Yeah. I'm contagious.
Is this what COVID does? I'm not sure what the symptoms
It's dropping like flies. Hold on.
Oh, he's back.
There he is. Hey, man, we lost you.
I think you caught what I had.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Resurrecting everyone.
So basically, I told those guys that I knew that they were going to do that, and that's what they did. So they made it seem like, oh, he was so problematic. And I am problematic to cowards. The thing is, if we want to expand the liberty community, the hood resonate with this. If you tell anybody in any hood, I don't care what ethnicity, if your community is not rich, if you don't live in a gated community, you live in a hood. That's it. Like when people are like, yo, he getting money. No, he has $1 million. That's not a lot of money. That's like, that's okay. But you know, when your houses are starting to be like in the 3, 4, 5 million, and you have multiple of those, that's a different thing. So saying that to say, if we want to expand on this liberty, you know, movement, we have to be willing to engage in communities that have been left out of that conversation. When you tell somebody in urban America, yo, do you want to just like do what you want to do and be left alone and not have to worry about the government or the police messing with you? That message resonates. I think that people like Sarwark, if you want to be in control and not question, because you can be in control and question if you have answers, it's no big deal. Those people don't like strong-minded people coming into the party. So they'll come up with every excuse in the world. Because I told the donor, I didn't know the donor was gay at the time. I told the donor to eat a dick, and they turned that into this whole like, like horrible thing, this anti, like homophobic thing. So
time to cancel Maj.
Nick's been one of those guys, and so it's good that we got different leadership. Huge shouts to the Mises Caucus guys. Huge shout to Mike Heights. Huge shouts to everybody that's really trying to expand the liberty movement, and within and without the libertarian, the party itself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think both are very important.
Yeah, well, that's been the thing that's rubbed me the wrong way most egregiously when it comes to the woke. We call them the loser brigade within the LP. Is like they're all about virtue signaling, about being inclusive for minority groups and shit like that. But when it comes down to business and like actually having black voices, they find any fucking excuse to get you guys off the stage. They're doing it with Hotep Jesus. They did it with you. I mean,
Eric July.
I was going to just say probably Eric. I mean, there's not that many black people that are interested at all in the Libertarian Party, and they've like the most prominent ones, they have no interest in giving them a platform to talk. And from my vantage point as a white dude from the suburbs, I'm like, I want to spread this shit all across the country, and I can't wrap my head around this logic of like, oh, we're gonna have to make sure that they're ideologically pure first. It's like, well, they just found out about this shit, most of them. I mean, maybe not you. I don't know your background, but like this is a new ideology for the black community largely, and we're trying to spread it. So you can't have purity tests off Jump Street. Like you have to give people an opportunity to learn, and these guys just don't seem to have any interest in it.
Yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's not a new concept for the black community. It's the way that it's packaged as a party, right?
Sure.
Meaning, oh, we have another option outside of the duopoly. That's what's new. But the concept of liberty and like, just leave me alone. I kind of want to hang out and just like, I just want to like smoking on the steps real quick. I had a rough day at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to chill.
Yeah.
But that's what another thing that I learned from this city council loss. I didn't build a base first. We as the Libertarian Party, or libertarians, I'll say, have to, in our community, just expand libertarian ideology first and expand that base, right? Then we can have the room. So, for example, if I would have built that base of saying, okay, before I need 40,000 votes to win, right? Let me go make 50,000 people in Philadelphia change their voters registration to libertarian. That's where I put the cart before the horse, right? Mm-hmm. So now, we're opening up a facility here in Philadelphia. Now I'll go, okay, hey, y'all, this is the reason why the duopoly has not helped. This is the reason why, if you want to be honest, this is the reason why, regardless of if it's in Philly, there's not Republican mayors for a very long time. But if it's Republican leadership or Democratic leadership, has your hood looked exactly the same at best or gotten worse, right? So explaining that concept and then saying, this is the reason why we're going to go to this party. And here's the basic tenets of that party, as well as here are the people or ideologies that you're going to struggle around. So you're preparing them for the loser brigade showing up going like, nah, man, you got to be this way all of the time. When you give them a cultural understanding of oh, that's that loser brigade that they was talking about in the libertarian class. Here they come. We see it, right? And then when you locally then say, hey, we have 50,000 people, we're going to run somebody. Again, the people that take those city council at large seats generally get between 30 and 40,000 votes. That's not hard to do in a city of over 1 million people, right? And it's like having candidates that, okay, you got the base, then having candidates that are espousing these views. Not only are you going to get those 40 or 50,000 people that switch their party because they want to win, right? On top of that, you're going to also attract some of the other people when that person starts doing press and they articulating these libertarian ideology. You're going to get some Republicans going like, well, shit, Republican leadership hasn't done anything. Let me vote for this person. That's where I fail. That's where libertarians across the country are failing. We, and before I just blame it all the way on us, you know, you got people that's doing infighting that were in positions of power, you know, and there's nothing worse than a coward with a position of power. That's a very dangerous and annoying thing to have. And so same thing, we got to, just like we doing that locally, I'm challenging everybody to get, you know, 100, 200 people in your community, in your 10 block radius, 100, 200 people to switch. I mean, obviously, if some states, you know, you got to go one or the other in the primary, but get people to start going libertarian, right? Then on top of that, and get those people into the actual Libertarian Party. I think that we have millions of libertarians that more align with, you know, what we in this panel align with. However, when they look at, you know, the leadership of the party, they don't join. The problem with that is we have power.
Damn.
Man.
Fucking catching fire.
I know, he's going so great.
Do you one of you have your phone sitting on the audio equipment?
No. What are you hearing?
No.
There is a slight buzz, but
Yeah, because it's doing that. It's not on my end, so I don't know who's doing it. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure.
Maj's
If it's
back.
Maj, then whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
I don't know.
Fucking Zuckerberg.
He's everywhere.
Man, you were on a roll too.
We just got to make sure that
you're on a roll.
Yeah, I think it might just be my signal. I just think that we got to infiltrate. We got to infiltrate because we know we're right, and we know that those people don't, you know, whatever. We haven't done the same level of infiltration. And now what it is it's not even infiltration at this point. It's an open subversive movement. It's an open subversive movement to getting people to go right into the party, pay the dues, but these still are people that are in alignment with us. You know what I mean? It's like you building your board of directors, and we have to start doing it. That's where we failed. And we failed that way because even myself, I failed that way because, you know, we go like, I don't need this shit. Like, libertarians generally are very free. They're very lone wolf. We can get along with others, but we go like, I don't need anybody, right? Politics and building those coalitions. That's why there's a huge shout again to Mike Heiss. Mike Heiss was very instrumental in me running for city council. I wasn't doing that. I was like, man, I don't fucking need that shit. Like, the job only pays $140,000 a year. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you know, and so, but his ability to see culture and build coalitions or something, and those Mises guys, they put a lot of energy into our campaign. So saying all of that to say, that shows the importance of building that coalition shaped around culture, right? Because we've been so many lone wolves, we allow the dweebs to win because the dweebs are a coalition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they can't stand on their own.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we kind of gotta, like, you know, be on that and be open subversive movement. And when I say subversive, I don't mean subverting us away from actual liberty, subverting us away from some of the bad leadership and horrible cultural policies that has been within any demographic. I'm going to do an open subversive movement to make 50,000 people in Philadelphia become libertarian. Then we build the base, then we build up on that. But I think that's something that I learned from that race. And you know, the stronger, even people that aren't in the party that may be listening to this, you know, tonight, you have to start building coalition. You have to educate about the culture. You have to, you know, hit people with a little bit of Mises here, hit people with a little bit of, Rand Paul here. You like, these are things that we got to start doing. You know what I mean? And leave room for people to disagree. Leave room for people genuinely go into it like, yo, I see how you feel that way about that. I can see that. I personally don't subscribe to it. One of the biggest issues that I get pushback for is I understand the concept of freedom of movement very thoroughly. I do what the fuck I want to do all the time. However, I give pushback to having open borders in a welfare state. We are in a welfare state. To want to have that conversation and be met with somebody that's going like, oh, you're not a real libertarian because you're not for complete, movement of every human. I'm like, yo, bro, I hear you, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we have to address this elephant in the room in conjunction with that. Those rights got to be reciprocated in that regard. So I can't, if Japan not gonna just let me hang out over there and like watch the new age anime that ain't even fucking hit America yet, as long as I want, it has to be reciprocated both ways. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so just being open to that type of conversation and, trying to genuinely hear they're saying what they're saying, as opposed to I'm the most libertarian in the room and there can only be one type Highlander shit. We got to be mindful of that, and then I think we can start making some real great progress.
Well, the Tower Gang is all about subverting the goofies, so you
yes, that's right.
You would appreciate us. Jose, go ahead and hit it.
Yeah. I think a lot of stuff you're saying there was touching on a question I have for you. I want your opinion on how things are going to go going forward, because I know a lot of people are caught up in the whole pills. I'm sure you probably heard red pills, white pills, black pills. I mean, the big that I'm talking about are the white, the black, and the clear, which a lot of people don't talk about the clear. And that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm going to probably hopefully have Clint on sometime soon and have him do an episode on the clear pill. But, most people go red pill, they go black pill. We're all doom and gloom. They got the white pill. And then I think clear pill is like more like realism. And I know you're more of like a solutionary. So I think you'd probably be more of like a clear pill. Like, you're not full of shit and thinking shit's just going to magically come together. But, it's going to take some work. And, it may not work out for everybody. You got to put yourself in the right situation. So I just kind of want to hear your thoughts on that shit. Like, where you're at with things going forward as crazy as things are.
Yeah, it's really like the 80-20 rule with me. You know what I mean? The 80-20 rule in relationships is like, yo, bro, you're not going to get 20% of the shit you want. Like, I'm good with it like a B+. You know what I'm saying? And so if we struggle around certain issues, right, for the 20% of issues, okay, cool. We chalk that, so we're going to struggle around that a bit. But 80% of this is what we good on. When people do that in their relationships, right, their relationships become much more productive. And that's like your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife type, whatever. Same thing. That clear pill is going like, this is not going to be perfect. We at least have to have the trust in each other to go, I at least believe that your intent is the cause of liberty. If we can at least level there, I can give you enough empathy and objectivity to hear you. If you're like, again, the biggest thing is like borders. Just hear me when I say this is a concern. When I go, if you allow me to elaborate, I'll say, well, another reason why I'm concerned about borders is this government has been fucking bombing people for a very long time. And beef doesn't magically just disappear. There has to be things that are addressed and rights that have to, wrongs that have to be righted in order for that beef to disappear. We can't pretend like our government has not gone rogue in Syria. Like, hello. So right. These are things that the people can be erroneously associated or negatively impacted or harmed because your rogue government did something that the people didn't want. So there's a need.
Son of a bitch.
Damn, he's fucking killed it. But
his audio too, man. It's definitely his.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
We're all about resurrecting people from the dead here. COVID doesn't actually kill anybody, so. All right.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Every time you come back, I'm happy, so it's all good.
He's been on like 5 times now on the show, right?
I think that the point you were making was a good one. Is that, like, first off, I don't understand the purity test anyways, because it's like, okay, yeah. First off, we have to end the war on terror. We have to end the military-industrial complex. We have to end the welfare state. You have to end all of that before you can even consider open borders. I mean, realistically, and let's be honest, we're nowhere near having the borders be completely open. Like, no one in America is actually going to go there yet. So, like, the whole libertarian ideal of, I think it's you aptly described it as putting the cart before the horse when you're talking about your campaign. It's the same thing here. It's like, oh, did we lose him? I don't know. Oh, no, he's still there. All right. So yeah, I agree with you is basically what I'm saying. Like, I think that it's totally reasonable to keep an open mind if someone has a difference of opinion, particularly on a topic that's as complicated as that.
Right. And those are the things that we got to navigate around. Your ego, you just can't lead with your ego. Mm-hmm. Your ego is not your amigo. It's like, it's not. And I mean that in the truest sense of the words. Your false ego. And it sounds like spiritual and all that other type vibe, but the reality is, it's like, let me genuinely try to, even if I land that I completely disagree with you, let me genuinely try to hear what you're saying. Let me genuinely try to understand where you're coming from with this thing. And right. I'm not talking to, like, I'm not listening just to wait for my turn to, like, talk. I'm listening to genuinely understand where you're coming from. Doing it that way, it's easier to find the 80% and the 20%. We'll talk about that later. You know what I mean? We'll make it a very productive conversation in that regard about that 20% that we kind of like disagree on. And that's the clear pill. That and the irony is that translates into any so-called political party or affiliation, right? Democrats don't always agree on everything. They're just better at they got more power and resources, so they're better at converging on the other, right? Republicans are great at making memes and ragging on Joe Biden. They're great at it. They know where to converge, but they don't always agree on. They don't even agree on gun shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, these are all things that we have a great opportunity as libertarians to do something in that regard that's not as polarizing, right? It's more understanding and accepting, and that creates empathy. That empathy for that other, right, creates that room of acceptance for cultures to come in. I can respect that culture. I can share what this culture is about, and then we expand. That is the thing that I'm seeing that has been missing. And again, going back, not sounding like a broke record, those are the things that we actually have to remember in our engagement. You know what I mean?
Sure. Cole?
Yeah, Maj. So I know you deal a lot, like, whenever you go out and talk to different communities, it's a lot of usually underprivileged communities. And I know right now in the gun market, things are just blowing up and things are getting way more expensive. Ammo's expensive. Guns are expensive. How do you see that working out going forward, especially with you trying to get people to learn about guns and go and buy guns if these things are going to be so expensive and maybe getting out of reach for some of these communities?
So, in regard, you broke up a little bit, but let me just repeat what I'm hearing. If things being so expensive in regards to firearms and ammo, is that what you kind of like saying?
Yeah, I was talking about that, especially with underprivileged communities and the people you talk to, and trying to get them to see that about how important guns are and gun safety. But getting them to buy a gun is a lot harder right now.
Yeah, that totally broke up, but I'm gonna try to piece it together.
Okay.
In regards to firearms, now is the perfect time for everybody to learn, and especially in the things that are free, right? Like dry practice. That science script.
Damn, I know.
Oh, man.
He's just. This feels like we're just in rounds of boxing right now, and every time he goes out, he's going back to the corner. He's prepping. He's gonna come back in and just hit us with a bunch of things once more.
Here, I'm gonna play the song right now.
Let's get the bell. Round 6. Here we go. You're gonna play the song. You're not gonna hear it though.
You know it's not playing right now, right?
You can't hear it?
No, we can't hear it.
No.
Working in pre,
We
but
heard
now
it.
it's not.
That's so weird. I wonder if he just he hasn't gotten back on yet. So I wonder if he's just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out.
He might be.
Which would suck, literally on my question, the one
dude.
I've been wanting to ask. But
Oh, I found it. All right, here we go.
All right, do it.
The ground, silky smooth Tom was the only sound. Getting so hot must be Eric July. Screaming in the mic and rip a 59. Maj Toure showed that black guns matter. Now all these lefties got crazy small bladders. None of us wanted war, but we're ready.
You know I bebop and aim rock steady.
Liberty lock.
man, I wanted to keep playing it.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Well, damn, that sucks, man. I really wanted to have him hear that.
Yeah,
While we wait for Maj to come back, you want to do our fucking Golden Tower segment? I don't
Yeah.
know how long it's gonna take for him to get back.
Now, I was
We
going to
can,
say, now we know that Cole doesn't listen to Liberty Lockdown now.
I know, right?
He's acting like he's never heard that song before.
Hurts my feelings.
I want to
man.
hear the whole thing, is what I'm saying. I want it to continue.
I've heard it too many times at this point. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I've listened to it. Point being, I've listened to shows a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, Toad, you want to go ahead and introduce the towers while we wait for Maj? If he comes back, we'll see what's up.
Let's do it. We'll see if I can share my screen here.
Man, I had so much to ask that dude. Fuck.
I know it was so.
Well, you're gonna totally get him. You know, he's gonna remember you.
parlay
Now, so.
this. You're definitely gonna try to parlay this into a
How could I not?
for the clout.
Nah, not for the clout. I genuinely love that dude. I think he's got like the energy that we need to add to the LP. Like real talk. I really think that his energy is fucking awesome. It's
Just
so
y'all. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say it's so like it's exactly what the LP lacks, which is like a real fire, a real will to do what needs to be done. And I just love the guy.
Just so y'all know, what fucking Cole just did was an inside joke. So he wasn't really saying we're doing this for the clout. That's an inside joke. It doesn't play as well to a wider audience.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think you understand. We are doing this for the clout. The whole point of this, of the podcast, of everything,
Yeah.
was
For the
just
clout.
for the clout. That's all it was for.
Yeah. By the way,
Abs-
shout out to
absolutely.
all the Tower Gang members that are upset that they're not on right now. I don't know who really wants to be on this shit. I was happy to bow out for the record. For the record, I was. And I think you guys will all get your shot. So please, if you want to fucking come on, say something. For the love of God, say something directly to us, and we'll fucking get you in here. Jesus.
Literally fucking ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, we don't care. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably do an OG Tower Gang episode not too long from now. Because yeah, that was a whole thing, and we'll get into that in that one. So, are you ready? Are you ready, Toad? Fucking, we'll introduce the towers.
Right. Yeah. We're going to figure out, I mean, who
Which, by
from
the way-
Tower Gang wants to be on. You know, we'll have a bunch of different Tower Gang members on, I assume.
Whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Toad, wrong one. There,
I got it. I gotcha.
There you go. All
there
right.
we
so-
go.
So we're starting with the second
Whoa.
Maj Tower that we did.
Hold
this
on. We need to explain what Golden Tower is.
Oh yeah, we do.
I'll take it out. So Golden Tower is like a segment we have each week where we go over the best towers from the week before from #TowerGang. This week we have 3 candidates. The first one is the second Maj Tower. We have, what was the other 2? We had the Gretchen Whitmer Tower, which was pretty awesome, kind of. And then Toad, what was the third?
It was a tower on Meghan McCain.
That's right, the piggy.
Oof. Which, for sensitive ears, bow out now.
Well, they should have bowed out before the show started.
Yes.
If you are Kevin Castley, leave now.
Well, yeah, we towered Kevin Castley 3 times too, and I think he blocked all of us, but we won't be talking about that, I guess. So the Maj Tower, we did actually 2. Excuse me. We did a Black Guns Matter tower earlier in the week that he responded to and retweeted all of it in order. And then he also did the same thing with the second tower that we did, which got a better response, which was the other day here, which was on Roland Martin, which was this was what I asked about at the beginning of the show.
So it's gone for.
Yeah, right. Maj had called him a special kind of bitch, so we towered him, and like I said, I was totally.
Ace is in here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, Ace is in here.
Ace,
motherfucker. What's up, Ace? Go on. Sorry.
I was totally incapacitated. Yes, and did not get into this tower, although I think I did spam it because I had to hashtag it. But we did the same thing. We called Roland a special kind of bitch in tower form here. And Maj, we tagged him in it. He saw it, obviously, and we Alex had this screenshot here of him calling Roland a special kind of bitch. And
Senpai noticed us, and that's why he came here today.
Yeah. Again, the best thing I can say about him is that he retweeted it correctly from bottom to top, so it came out on his feed looking perfect.
He did.
He did it, and he did it with the Black Guns Matter also. Like if this was his first time looking at a tower, I'm pretty impressed actually. So usually people don't know what to do.
Yeah,
he's a fucking pro.
For a while, fuck it up. So. All right,
Which,
so
by the way,
good.
did this one have good spam on it afterwards, or was it kind of like lackluster spam?
So, I mean, this was the spam that I chose because I think it had the most likes on it because it, hashtagged, tagged Maj and there's not much spam on this one, I suppose, but let me see.
But this one had the.
Oh, we lost you, dude. What the fuck?
Can't hear you, Cole.
Yeah. Well, this one has the Senpai Notice Me feature, so
yeah.
That's what this one's notable for. So I don't know if you want to move on to the other one.
Why does Cole look like he's still talking?
I don't know. I don't know if he's caught on. He is. Maybe he can't hear us either. What the fuck is that noise? Is someone playing porn?
I don't know. So the next one we had. This was the Gretchen Whitmer one, and in both of these cases, we have people in these towers who have been suspended because we're all getting suspended now.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say ahead of time, I know a lot of you guys are impressed with this one. I do not believe in the communist labor theory of value, so just the simple fact it's large does not impress me. It's fucking. I'm sorry, it's kind of weak. It's just a clusterfuck of insults, and it's not even that clever. It's more just impressive for the size of it. I will give it some extra because it ended at 69 characters, which is kind of like nice. But it's about
by my count, it was. I think it was 69, which our previous long was the one that we talked about last week, which was 49. So this far surpassed that, and we had no doubles on it. Although we had a couple of people use alts on it, but
Jose, that was like the biggest small dick energy rant I've ever heard. I'm not impressed by his size. Oh.
It's the motion in the ocean, guys.
That's right. It's not the size of the waves; it's the motion in the ocean. And this one had no motion to it.
Yeah,
it was all size.
I mean, it's humongous, but
size doesn't matter, guys. So this.
Trust me, if you're big enough, you don't need to have hip strength. Just take your word for it.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why we decided to do this tweet because Whitmer has tweeted, a lot of bullshit that is much more tolerable than this. She's recommending some book called "The Witches Are Coming." Okay, whatever. And then again, I think this was. I don't know. I was not involved.
Read it out because it goes. Like you said, it's
the tower is stop insulting witches. Stop insulting witches, comma, bitch, comma, sit on a broken broomstick, you tyrannical motherfucker, I think is what it
is. Which is absurd.
I mean, it got funnier. It got funnier reading it, saying it out loud.
Or no, I guess we just shortened it to you. No, it is. Wait, what? It looks like it's missing some of the tweets. I don't even know. But it was you tyrannical motherfucker. And then I chose Ghost.
Alex is saying monster. This was her brainchild, Alex Hatch, who is the what she got? The Mantafly that's her thing. So
Yes.
yeah, she's Tower Gang. Fucking
Our
we
gang
got
stepmom.
we got big peeps in here. So what was the next one? The next one was something fucking funny, if I remember correctly. I'm having a brain fart. What is it?
I love how
Well,
the next one was
and-
actually something funny.
Yeah,
Well, and this one did also have Horchata in it, who we had
Ooh.
towered with this thing right here, with because she had said she was going to show her butthole at 400 follows.
So we immediately towered her and got her to 400 follows, and then we were all of us like she didn't for a while. Then all of us individually were like tagging like show butthole, show butthole, show butthole,
And we towered her with "Show Your Butthole."
and she fucking showed her butthole.
Yeah, just for 400 follows.
We can't show because we will get this taken down. But she literally said boogaloo, and one of the O's was her butthole.
That's true. You can find it on Twitter.
That was a big dick energy right there.
Hey, Cole, did you check your DMs? Make sure that Maj didn't message you.
It would have been Jose that was.
Oh, Jose,
the-
sorry.
I haven't seen nothing. I keep checking periodically, so I don't know if
Okay.
the fucking feds got to him or what.
I think
We'll-
five disconnects, people just give up. It makes
We'll
sense.
go with
Yeah, I
that.
think so.
We'll go with
This,
that.
what this
that.
means is we'll just get him back on next week.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's just,
I'm sure.
it's. I mean, it's common courtesy.
Maj got
Yeah.
knocked out. Yeah, and I wanted to talk to him about the shootings too, but
Yeah, we totally missed out on literally one of the best stuff. But
I want to thank you guys for not using the N-word while he was on. That was
He
I
was so
know
hard.
I know it took a tremendous amount of self-control, particularly for Toad.
literally,
So good job.
literally the that meme of the kid in class. It's like,
Yeah.
like it literally is that, all of us right
All right, what was the last one, Toad? I'm having a hard time. I think didn't it have something to do with like buttholes or something. No, never mind.
no, that
No,
was the
no.
last one. This was Meghan McCain, who was
Oh
not-
yes,
Speaking
now.
of,
By the way, a frequent tower
Victim.
victim.
he earns it.
yes, and I'll show in the spam. We have a specific spam for her.
Yeah.
Because we tower her enough times. This was related to the shootings that I was just talking about. The first of the two that made the news in the past couple of weeks or the past week or so. The Atlanta one, and this is the tweet: "I condemn the reprehensible of violence and vitriol that has been targeted towards the Asian American community. There is no doubt Donald Trump's racist rhetoric fueled many of these attacks, and I apologize for any past comments that aided that agenda." So, I mean, this is a situation where we see the left has really, I think, not really taken this stance until it becomes politically expedient for them, where they want to push gun control. So now it's like, oh, this is a racist hate crime or whatever, which I don't even think there's any evidence that it was actually racist, and there was just a kind of a sex
Trust me,
crazy
Toad looked for
maniac.
it.
He was mad about hand horns. It just happened to be Asians.
Toad's like, damn, I really wish this was racist.
Well, so what we did is we decided to point out her father's racism. John McCain, who
burns
say
in
what
hell
you will
right
about
now.
that, he definitely does not like the Vietnamese people. And we have another suspended account in this one, but our tower on this one was. This is a direct quote from McCain, so we're not being racist here. John McCain was, "Daddy hates the Gooks," or Daddy hated the Gooks," which is
Jesus Christ.
This is literally a quote from John McCain in 2000 or so, where not only did he say that, but he also doubled down on it and was like, "Yeah, these guys, imprisoned me and whatever." I don't know. It's just collectivist bullshit. So we tweeted her with that, just to point out her hypocrisy, her father's hypocrisy, whatever. And we had all these different. And this is the spam that we.
Shut up, Meg.
Spam was glorious.
Crying over her father's casket. This is what we use whenever we tower her. And then, the spam that I chose. I mean, we
the rights-filled motherfucker.
this is literally the quote from John McCain right here.
You can't make this shit up.
It would have been better if he said zipper heads.
I mean, we posted news articles about it. I posted a link to a book that is about it.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, my best friend's dad, who was from New York, just like white Italian dude, which is like pretty much the most racist human being that you can be, is a white Italian dude from the 50s. But he was talking to me about I don't even know, but he said he just turns to me and he goes, you know, those fucking zipper heads, and I was like, I had no fucking clue what he was talking about. None. I was like, that's a funny description. What are you referencing? And he's like, the Vietnamese. I was like, why? Why are they zipper heads? Why are you saying that? He's like, because the fucking the tank tracks, when they would run over them, it would make their fucking heads into zippers. I was like,
Oh my God.
that's awful. I'm 12. I'm 12. Why are you saying this? Fuck. This is a true story.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus.
That's a great story.
Now comes the time where we fucking discuss which one wins the Golden Tower Award. I think it's pretty clear. My opinion is the fucking the Gook one. So pass it on. What do you think, Cole?
Dude, I love the Gook one just because we're just gonna call it the Gook one. I love it just because it is like a direct quote, so you can't even like you just like she couldn't even deny it.
Yeah, we are allowed to use a racial slur here because it's a direct quote.
I almost didn't even include this one.
For
That's
that reason.
crazy.
But
No.
This is so clearly the best one. It's really
it's
it's absurd to even measure it against anything we've ever done before because it is so fucked up to quote her dead dad, and then we talk about how he's in hell, and yeah, I mean it's a masterpiece.
Guess who chose this tower? Who suggested it? That was me.
Yeah,
Well,
you always know
Dude.
the obscure references, so I'll sometimes be like, whoa, dude, that's bullshit. Be like, well, in 1987, so-and-so said this, that blah, 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 and Gorbachev said that. You're like, what
Well,
the
what's
fuck?
funny on
Like, how
this
do you
one-
know this?
what's funny on this one, Toad didn't even know that John McCain said that. He was just
You know what?
I was looking up afterwards.
You know what's trippy? How bad cancel culture has gotten, and yet in 2012, a guy running for president, this wasn't even brought up. It wasn't brought up,
No,
not at all. That's amazing.
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
But a
That's
dude
amazing.
lost because he had binders full of women. Like,
Yeah. Or wait, was it 08? I don't know. Whatever. But whenever McCain was fucking the Republican nominee, and they didn't even bring up the fact that he dropped this guy type of shit, like, whoa.
and he doubled down on it. It was just
Yeah.
Right.
I remember arguing with Toad about this in the group chat and be like, come on, dude, this is overline. This is not going to look good for PR reasons. Like, we're trying to win the people over. And he's like, dude, this is a direct quote. I'm like, holy fuck, that's genius.
Are you able to tower racial epithets and not get in trouble?
That's the point.
Well, I know, but like
have you
we
met
have all
Tower
these
Gang?
No, I know, but we have all these people that are suspended. I still don't know why. Like, is it just because they're saying crazy shit on their own?
Oh,
and getting-
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
It's
I only
definitely
know of
elsewhere.
one occasion where someone actually got dinged for towering, because that's kind of the point. Is like you're only doing a letter. Like, how can you really be faulted? You know?
No,
By the way-
I'm aware of the logic behind it, but
Yeah.
it's just like I see all these people suspended in the chains that we're reading off, and I'm like, fuck, maybe we can get nuked for just
No,
dropping
you gotta
letters.
think the people that are in Tower Gang
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
necessarily like your grandma. Like,
No,
it's
they're
not
all-
like
No, they're all severely mentally ill racists. Yeah, no, I'm aware.
they
Oh
they,
my
did, they
God.
didn't get suspended for posting E on a in the Fed
Right.
tower. They definitely got suspended for posting in another different word.
Which we tried to get some of the LP accounts to use that in the tower. I think.
Oh, yeah,
Or
we
at least
need-
we talked about it.
We need to
But-
talk about that. We need to
but
talk
Yes,
about.
that's the gangbang, dude.
But
We
wait,
have
but-
a gangbang bit
well,
too,
but-
where we go
Alright.
around and gangbang. We're gangbanging the LP state accounts today. That's what we're fucking doing. We were gonna try to do LP overall because we had Maj and we wanted to get him shit on Starwalk a little bit because that's always fucking delightful. But
It was
Well-
such a bummer he didn't call him a goofy.
Well, for the Golden
Goober.
Tower. For the Golden
Oh, yeah.
Tower, I'm gonna go with the Gooks one as well. I was gonna go with the Maj one because it got him on the show, but because he dropped off, I'm gonna switch my vote.
By the way, we before this happened, we were talking about like what if like somehow Maj doesn't show up? Maybe something happens, he can't get in here. And I was just like, well, we have our gangbang set up already if he doesn't show. But that's good he showed, so we don't.
We should gangbang him anyway because he dropped off.
That's true. We could.
Speaking
Trust
of
me,
gang,
you don't want to gangbang with a gangbanger.
That's true. You're right.
That's true.
Which, by the way, we need to officially say that. What, your father hated the Gooks? Was that dad or daddy hated the Gooks?
Daddy hated the Gooks. Yeah.
Daddy hated the Gooks is this week's Golden Tower winner and will be given an award after this show. So I will tweet out from the official Tower Gang Pod Twitter account an award to Megan McCain. Actually, I'll give it to Megan McCain. So it's kind of
give it to her direct account.
I tweet it at her.
But whatever you do not type it out. Because you will.
No, no person gets the award. The tower gets the award.
I got it.
But yeah,
it's both.
Well, yeah, and I need to still make the image for it, which we have that like golden tower in Venice that looks like a fucking vibrator. We're gonna make.
They have the silver bullet. This is the golden bullet, is what it is.
Well, I want to take it and have it like spraying urine up into the air and like making the canals all golden. Like, yeah.
My dick's getting hard. Stop.
All right, on to the gangbang while we still have Clint's dick hard. Fucking. All right, to give a little bit backstory, why we chose the LP state accounts is because just recently, it was last night, they fucking, in an act of ultimate cringe, they decided to like tag a bunch of other LP accounts and go, hey, we're going to start a fucking tower gang, guys. This will be fucking great. And like, there were some people, I mean, of course, nobody here that immediately was like, oh, that'll be great if we get these LP guys in here. They could fucking really make this fun. And, and they jumped on her like, this is a great fucking move to have the LP state accounts fucking jumping in, making tower gangs. My position is, if they want to come in our tower gangs, if we accept them, they show dong and they're base enough, they can fucking hop in, and maybe one day they can grow to a point to where they can make their own. But let's be fucking real. We all know how the LP is. They don't fucking have the manpower to have any sort of baseness whatsoever. There might be like one or two fucking base counts out there, but once they make a gang conglomerate as a group, they're gonna fucking suck ass. So, like, let's be real. Fucking stay in your lane. If you're based, come join our fucking tower gangs as yourself. I mean, like, I kind of made a point all day just raging, fucking being like, trying to get them to do really abhorrent towers to be like, prove a point of like, see, this is why they need to stay the fuck out because they can't do the real shit. So
I don't want to hear. I don't even want to hear from you, Jose, because you. Okay, we had a tweet today, which is probably going to be a golden tower for next week, which is rope, journalist and tree. Some assembly required. And Jose in the chat goes, I don't know if I'm going to be a part of that one. This little bitch comes in shitting all over the LP because they won't do spicy towers.
They didn't jump in one because it said pussy. All right, I didn't want to fucking get my account removed for fucking threatening a journalist's life. You were a little bit different.
You were calling the LP National a pussy, and you wanted the LP states to jump into that. Like,
yep.
So all of them just
you're
like, oh, the based ones. Let's just get those guys out and just have the LP National replace them with their dudes. At least some of these, like, I'll be up front. I'm in the LP Tower Gang. And I'm defending them, and so is Toad. Toad is also, and we have some good ass people in there that are gonna keep them in line. I think we did. I don't know if they were actually in that
one. You guys
one.
do taxation and theft today?
Do you want me
That'd be really cool.
I mean, I can show what we did to them.
I floated that out to them. I said, I said, I feel like y'all's first one's gonna be taxation and theft, and they said, no, that's gay. They said, no, that's gay.
Okay, all right.
Well, if they tower no, that's gay under Nick Sarwalk's tweet, then I'll believe that they're fucking.
That'd be so perfect.
Show me some edgy, and I'll shut the fuck up.
So I will say that. So we have LP Kentucky and Connecticut are both in there, and they're like fairly based, I would say.
Kentucky had the tweet today about the COVID vaccines being the new Star of David.
Yeah, that was a great tweet. That was like the first great LP tweet of the year.
They actually had it reversed.
You I need to bring up though, LPKY fucking blocked fucking.
No, we talked about this.
They muted it. It's still a bitch move.
It's bullshit.
Let's bring in Ovaltine and see how many fucking dudes he's blocked and muted. I mean, you want to say Ovaltine?
I feel like it's different.
The feeling's different. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's different.
I mean, let me see if I can.
I just got a notification in my LP Tower game that says they are talking about us.
Fucking go away, nerds.
No. We love you. You're actually a base libertarian party.
Hey,
you are what Maj was talking about.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, exactly. If all of the fucking LP blue check accounts lay like a serious tower, like the John McCain Goog one, which is fucking gnarly. If a whole bunch of blue checks spell out a racial epithet, I will be a believer. Until that point, I don't know. We'll
Call
see.
Starwalk a faggot. I don't know. Something.
We never talked to Maj, about doing that or whatever it was that he said. I don't remember.
I don't know why. I
Dude.
was in the impression he called someone a goofy faggot, but apparently he said eat a dick. I don't know why I thought he said goofy faggot, because that just sounds hilarious, like coming from Maj's mouth.
He said eat a dick, goofy faggot.
So
He says goofy a lot and he says eat a dick a lot, but he doesn't say faggot a lot.
What is this?
I'm gonna go back to this real quick. This was the LP Kentucky when they started this LP state account tower game thing, which LP Texas, we don't want them involved. Like they're not based at all.
Literally, just you pulling this up made me yawn. No bullshit. I just yawned right away.
So first, just because I have the tower up, or I did. Yeah, here it is. We towered LP Kentucky with Show Dong first.
Good.
I'm in there.
So am I, and I don't think I can scroll down because we towered them with Peter North.
No, it's Peter North. It's Peter North with a sandwich, right?
Should I actually look?
That whole tweet, multiple like threads within it, are a perfect example of why they need to not make their own tower gang, maybe join ours.
I thought they did
because they got
job.
fucking thrashed on. They have like 2 of them. What can they say? No.
Well, and this was awesome because they.
By the way, they did. But I do want to tell before you go. They someone in the group chat was just like, hey, do we just want the LP accounts to do the towers? And the guy was like, there's like 3 of us. And so I was like, you could just, every Kamala tweet, just say pig. Just tower pig on every Kamala tweet. And I was like, that would have been perfect. If you just do that, honestly, you're pretty good in my book.
Oh, so this week we did, there was one tweet where I don't have it, ready to go right now, but it was,
This is great.
It was, I think it was a tweet from Kamala Harris's account about her flying to Florida to like, tell them to like lock down again or something, and we tweeted when pigs fly. we towered it. I mean,
Beautiful.
So
Toad, you have such a severe drinking problem that you literally will stop mid sentence and take a drink while you're on a live recording.
Straws are a bitch.
he's like, so this is what we did this week. Then we towered Kamala.
I'm just that comfortable, man.
We're recording live.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We'll edit this in post.
Yeah, we'll remove it in post. No, who watches this? Who's really watching this? Come on.
Yeah,
We have 8 viewers.
Yeah,
9. It just went up.
I
one.
wanted to talk to Maj. I'm so sad. We got like 20 minutes with him.
Did you even get a chance to plug your shit to him?
Not at all.
no.
Because I was gone for a solid minute. Just so y'all know, I'm out here in Florida, and the fucking just randomly storms sometimes. And of course, my router got fucked. So that's why I was gone for a minute.
That's why I went to you first on the question, because I thought we might lose you again. But then it ended up fucking Cole because he got cut off. So I don't know. I tried. This was just brutal.
You really did. You did a good job, actually. Like,
thank you. I really did try. I really did.
Wait, what was we had another tower that was really good this last week. I want to say, well, we had the Castley 3 branch tower, or that's just the 3 towers that got us all blocked by him. There was another one that I thought we had floated around that was really good, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I thought it had to do with Star Work.
Well, I mean, if we're gangbanging the LP state accounts, I was going to say that like some of these LP accounts came in with like just a single letter, and then we just self-towered them. So like Libertarian of Texas came in with E because they were like, are they going to say they're going to join this Tower Gang thing?
I really don't know what they were going for, by the way.
We turned it into Accept You.
Yo, what you guys ought to do is if you see the corporate accounts try to tower, if they put an N, you fill it out.
Technically, that already happened, I believe.
Or an R.
What's R? Retard?
Yeah, retard. Yeah.
Okay.
Not as based, but it's.
Well, yeah. Oh man. I mean, I think the other tweet that Cole is thinking, man, the only other one that comes so we had the Per Byland one.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Which was.
Do you want to look at that? I do have that.
Just what'd you say to him?
Somebody asked, by the way, where can we
don't know who he
see
is.
all the recent towers? I will be honest, we're not so great at it, but we keep some of them on the Twitter account. So I don't know if you wanna
here's what we're gonna do, and I think this is
Tell them what the Twitter handle is.
It's Tower Gang Pod on Twitter. Tower Gang Pod. We're gonna try going forward. One, I really want to get a Discord going, and every tower someone can just post on the Discord and keep a running log of all the towers we do, which I think would be awesome.
Yeah, it's too much for just one person to keep track of, though.
But I mean, if we have a bunch of people in the Discord, and we would definitely need your help, but also Discord for this is what?
I think I've hashtagged every tower that we've done since we started this podcast.
Develop the system.
I mean, that's great. But if
That'll
we
make
can,
it easy.
yeah. And it's really hard for us because we all have jobs.
Correct.
Except
for Clint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You don't.
I now have like a full-time job with this podcast shit. It's really intense. Like I can't even believe how much time I'm spending on this, but it's really fun. So I'm not complaining.
That's awesome.
I do want to say though, what is the beef? Does anyone actually know? Does anyone know Spoon in real life? Like, can we figure out what the fuck the issue is? Because like the last thing I want is for this really fun organic experience to become some fucking political infighting garbage. Like that is not what this is about at all.
We're not the LP.
No. Yeah, like fuck. Like if the fucking Tower Gang can't keep it together, fuck, we have no chance of fucking doing anything with the LP. None.
Power corrupts.
What power?
Clout corrupts.
Power.
I mean, I don't know. The best that I can think of is that, like, I don't know, like some of us came in like a couple weeks later and we decided to make a podcast out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
That was our sin, not being here a couple weeks later.
I feel like it was days later, not weeks.
Yeah,
like we got in there pretty quick. All of us did.
Yeah.
I mean, I was the latest of all of you, but yeah.
And listen,
you're the most dedicated fucking towerer there is. So
yeah.
Full honesty, we are the second iteration. There was an original, like we call Alpha. We joke that we're the real Alpha now, but we call them the OGs now. But we are the second iteration, but we're the ones who fucking took on a fucking podcast. I don't know how to tell you.
I'll tell the story. Like, so early on, I mean, it was probably within like the second or third day I was part of Tower Gang. I was just like, listen.
Absolute Tower corrupts, absolutely. Go on.
Absolute Tower corrupts, absolutely. But I like me and Ovaltine, who is not in Tower Gang anymore, rest in peace, big black man. And he was just like, listen, I think a podcast would be really fun. And I was just like, hell yeah, I'm down for it all day, every day. And then pretty much just pushed it enough to where Jose was just like, yeah, I'll do it. And then we just started getting new people in. And basically just, it came out of that. It was literally nothing like, oh, we want clout. It's a joke, but we really just wanted to come in and have fun and talk about random towers, talk about random shit with some other political people.
People are like tripping on the money that this is allegedly going to make. Let me tell you, as someone with a show that does like, I don't know, 5,000 times the amount of viewership as this, you don't make a lot of money from podcasting. So everyone could fucking relax on the whole. Like,
we literally did this for fun.
Shit.
This was it was just because we all liked each other, and instead of having, I think it actually came up because me and Ovaltine were having a debate in the group chat, and he was like, this is so much better if we did it in like voice, but it's also good content. And instead of doing like an actual debate show where we talk about political stuff all the time, we just wanted to have fun because that's what Tower Gang is about. Exactly. And the only reason a lot of the OG people weren't in there is we didn't fucking know them. We weren't in their group chats. We technically, I feel like I didn't see a lot of their towers. I feel like once beta came up, we started like towering way more than they did, and we grew pretty fast.
And here's the truth of it. If they want to start a Tower Gang podcast and it's better than ours or yours, I'm not even like including myself in this, then people will listen to that. This is all so petty and ridiculous. Like, this is a meritocracy. If your shit is funnier, like it's like with the towers. If fucking A team comes up with the tower and it's the fucking best tower of the week, it gets the golden tower. And if B team does, it's the golden tower. Like, I just, there needs to be more camaraderie here, folks. We're all fucking oppressed by the state. We're together in this fight. Fuck.
Right.
And also,
and even then, there's coordination amongst tower gangs. So even then, we will jump in together. So same thing applies to podcasts, and this is how economics works for anyone who's not a smooth brain. Me and Clint both have a fucking podcast. I know he's way ahead of mine right now, but like, I will work with other people. We are not adversaries in this space. If anything, we like I have someone on to my podcast. He has someone on. I have him on. Whatever, and we work to build each other up. Like, it's not an adversarial thing. It's just fucking silly. There's plenty of space in the sea. And then also, just another thing, real quick, so people know, Clint, you're at like 60-ish episodes or whatever, and you got your big Dave Smooth boom
almost
really
70.
recently.
Yeah, almost 70 now.
Okay, I'm like around 40-ish, like 41, 42, and I'm like about 100 subs, 108-ish subs on YouTube, just to give it a rough idea. I am in the hole. I've been doing this for like 6 months. I lose money doing this. This is not some glorious money-making fucking thing. And I'm sure you know what's up, Clint. You were in the same place at one point too. So
I'm a millionaire.
I'm still in that place though. I'm not making any money off my show. I've made a couple $100 selling shirts. Like, big fucking deal.
Right.
I'm rich separately from podcasting, but this podcasting shit is purely passion. Like, this is I am not making money off this. I'm losing tons of money, and I'm spending godforsaken amounts of time on it. So please, everyone, fucking relax. Like,
also,
give us money.
Say what you want.
It was said before, we'll have anybody on. We don't care. The only reason we had the people we had on is that
we were in the chat together.
We literally just happened. Like, the Shane Hazel last week, Jose texted him 20 minutes before and said, "Hey, you want to come on?" And the dude came on. Like, Maj Toure, like, it's these things like, but when we first started, we were just thinking we would just have on, like a random people in the Tower Gang. We'll be, just kind of bullshitting around for an hour and a half with just get 10 views, and we would be stoked out of our minds. But like, it's blown up a little bit, a tiny bit. We've gotten some really cool people on, and we have other people like, we already want to get on Cody. We want to get on Josh. I'm trying to think who else but these people that like were a part of Tower Gang almost from the beginning, we already want them on anyway. So we'll have anybody on. We don't care.
I want to fucking have Cholera Fan and Neocon Remover and a handful of the funniest motherfuckers on the planet. Like, I don't even know whether they're members of Tower Gang or whatever. Like, fucking bring them on. If they're OG, if they're C team, they're fucking hilarious. Who cares?
Yeah, A-Sarkis wants to come on. We want A-Sarkis to come on. Like, we don't care. Like, if you have like 10 followers on Twitter and you're funny as hell in the group chat, we want to have you on to show you off because we think you're hilarious, and that's definitely true. Even Dave, was it Dave that said it, that he thinks that we just have a bunch of funny people. Like, we're basically all comedians on Twitter to the shit we do. But
no, that's what I said. I said that this is
that was you.
This is a professional comedy writing team, and you guys do it for free, and it's fucking beautiful. And if you guys start to fight over this stupid shit, it's gonna make me very unhappy. So please stop.
It's Clint's basically Dave at this point. So
no. But you know what I'm saying though. Like, this is a fucking beautiful thing, and it's organic, and it doesn't need to be infighting. Like, for the love of God, everyone chill out with the ego shit. Like, this is so ridiculous. I can't even like put into words how ridiculous it is that people are getting upset and blocking people because of who is and who isn't on the show. Everyone's gonna get in here, man. Relax.
One more thing, and I've been seeing this too. Is people that were pre-Tower, that were in the Tower Gang, definitely were. I know they were because I did see them. Now going like, Tower Gang is dead, when it's literally the biggest it has ever been. Fuck off, because you're a piece of shit, and I hate you. Because like,
that's
literally
strong.
No, seriously, because like, you are literally just a grifter, and you were in it. I'm telling you, it is pissing. I saw this the other day, or actually today, and I was like, y'all are just trying to put down something because you're not a part of it anymore. Even though We got shout outs from Dave. We have, even though you don't like it, when the libertarian parties like start saying this shit, like it's kind of big. Like it's not like we're not a niche anymore, and we're still being funny as hell. We still have some of the best towers we're ever doing right now. It's not fucking dead. It'll be dead whenever we're all towering in the Fed and fucking taxation is theft every fucking time. But no, we're still being super original. We're still being really funny, and we're still base as fuck. And like, I will admit when it's dead, because at some point it might die. But when it dies, we're definitely gonna have something else coming up afterwards that's gonna be even funnier and even better. But don't say it's dead now. Fuck you.
All right, guys.
Yeah, well,
it's getting late. I'm trying to fuck the old lady tonight. So let's fucking wrap this up.
I'm Clint from Liberty Lockdown. I will be on Jose's show. What was it, next week?
We'll figure it out. I haven't figured out a date. I figured if I pressured you here, you have to.
Yeah, well,
the first episode you laid out like all these amazing guests you're having on. What's your coming up guests on your pod?
Oh, it's still. I mean, I gave you like the entire month's run out,
okay,
but
yeah,
I also added Tim Moan, which is he's the head of the LP in Canada, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
even though I hate Canadians.
No.
All of a sudden you love the LP.
Yeah, I mean, I have a handful. Well, yeah, I don't know if I love the LP. Anyways, I have that whole fucking month is just booked, and I already shouted it all out. So just trust me. Everybody subscribe. It's gonna be fucking rad. The show is like unbelievably blowing up. I had 25,000 downloads last month. 25,000. It's like my show is a real thing. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, check it out, guys.
Yeah, go check him out. He's got the Dave seal of approval, so you know he's good. He's had Dave on. He's been on Dave's show.
You were just on Dave's,
just fucking big
that was
dick
amazing.
swinging.
That was amazing. I've watched it. I've watched it like 4 times. I'm such a fucking narcissist.
I watch all my shit over again too, even though I don't really have as that big of a shit. But my show's okay. You know, check it out. No Way Jose. I'm on YouTube under by that too. Basically anywhere podcasts are at. Give me money because I am losing money. I'd like to at least not lose money. That'd be cool. So patreon.com/nowayjose2020. You can also give me crypto at andthefed.app/noway, or my shit on there is nowayjose2020 as well. Yeah, fucking if you want to email me for any reason, you have any ideas for an episode or whatever the fuck, thelibertymovementglobal@gmail.com. That's it. So y'all got any I mean, this is y'all's plug, so
yeah, Toad, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I never rewatch myself. I'm like Larry Bird, you know, I just shoot it and just walk away. But
He just says the N words and he goes.
But Larry Bird is a huge asshole, and he was a huge asshole to me at one point. But anyway,
story for another pod, I guess.
The entire concept of this show is you looking back at your work from the week and talking about it. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I look at the towers, but that's about it. And they're huge letter penises. So it's just, you know, a really gay thing. But yeah, I mean, I have this podcast. I believe it's called the Tower Power Hour. You should probably check that out.
You shouldn't plug the show on the show, Doug. This is just weird.
Shit.
Anyways, cool.
I am anarcho_toad on Twitter, so you can follow me there, and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And I'm Cole Schmidt. I'm anarcho eng on Twitter. I didn't get to shout out that last week because my phone died while I was recording. They said it was pretty funny, but yeah, this has been the Tower Power Hour, episode 3. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll be back next week.
Awesome.
Peace, everybody.
Love you, you fucking gooks.